Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no. I just want to take a moment to say thank you to the Descendants and Zombies universe because you guys are incredible. You really are incredible. I don't even know if you realize how incredible you are. Perhaps you don't realize how incredible you are because you're never said thank you enough, even by Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker. They don't even say thank you to each and every one of you as much as what I do. I say this because I don't think a lot of hosts of shows that devote their time to Descendants of Zombies or allow that they devote their time to Descendants of Zombies appreciate you for who you are as a person. Without you, I say this because without you, I would not be here. None of us would be here. None of us would, this channel would have never been created. I would never have become as worldly famous as what I am, because I am famous because of each and every one of you. If I were to sit here and say that I'm famous because of something else, I would be lying to you, but I'm famous because of each and every one of you. Basically what happened is this guy, this really sweet guy, moved into a house near a soda plantation and a chemical plant and started creating videos for each and every one of you because he realized just how incredibly supportive and how lovable each and every one of you are. And just wanted to give you great videos about Descendants of Zombies because he loved Kylie Cantrell and he loved Ruby Rose Turner so much that his heart hurts every day when he sees them in pain from crying because people can't seem to give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, the reality of it is people who are interviewing members of the Descendants of Zombies franchises are sitting in front of a camera that says action every day, and they conduct interviews with them, and for a 15-minute long interview they're like this, looking down at a paper, saying this is what happened, that's what happened, with their glasses off, and they put it on as if they're perfect. No, that's not how you deserve to see videos. What you deserve to find are great videos where people are very appreciative of you and this franchise, and will tell you forever and always that there will always be a new chapter of Descendants of Zombies. I say this because I've never ever wanted to criticize anything having to do with the Descendants of Zombies or any of the fans or make them feel less of a person than what they are. And I also want to put it out there that you should never ever let a guy tell you what you are and undermine your worth because you are beautiful. This is a niche that I know now that if I were in possession of a pocket watch, I would want to go back in time and just fall in love with this niche all over again, just the same way that Kylie Cantrell wants to go back in time and live through the 1990s. I was a millennial, and I want to just speak to Kylie for a moment. I was a millennial, and I experienced every moment of the 1990s, from how Tupac Shakur was shot 6 times, to the rise in popularity of Britney Spears, NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys. I loved every moment of the 1990s. Some of my favorite TV shows were created and debuted in the 1990s, like Boy Meets World. I was a diehard fan of Boy Meets World, and I know I have every girl crushing on me now because I'm talking about being a fan of Boy Meets World. But if there was a new episode of Boy Meets World on Friday night when TGIF was at the heights of its popularity, I was in front of my TV watching it. I loved Sabrina the Teenage Witch because she had a talking cat named Salem. I was in love with the animated TV series Spider-Man. I watched Goosebumps every Saturday morning on Fox Kids. Like many of you probably, perhaps many of you are probably too young to remember that. I really don't know, but I was a huge fan of everything. And my heart goes out to everybody who was a huge fan. My heart really does go out to Kylie Cantrell first and foremost for being a huge fan of stuff that happened in the 1990s and wanting to have experienced that. And I think that has a lot to do with how my heart was broken when I saw Kylie Cantrell's very first TikTok video where her boyfriend had reduced her to tears. Kylie, I want you to stop crying. I want you to know that your opinion about politics has no place in a conversation about you or your life. And I want you to know that I will take on every critic head on for you, and I mean that. What I mean by that is I will stand in front of a train, an oncoming train, on a train track for Kylie Cantrell, and perhaps be ran over, and I will take bullets forever and always for each and every person who ever stood up and proudly said they were fans of Descendants and Zombies, because I just think that this is a beautiful franchise. If anything, it has encouraged a lot of people to be stronger, to believe in themselves more, and I love that about the Descendants and Zombies franchise. I haven't even had my lunch yet, and I'm recording a Descendants and Zombies video for each and every one of you because I'm so appreciative of all the views that you guys have put up on this YouTube channel. Over 40,000 views? You've got to be kidding me. 40,000 views. Oh my God, I've got to go get a frozen lemonade and tell the guy behind the counter that I have 40,000 views because nobody ever listens to me. Oh my God. I can't believe 40,000 views and like 3,000 subscribers. Wow. I love you guys so much, because the reality of this is, I know there are a lot of videos being uploaded on YouTube every day about Descendants and Zombies because they realize how popular this franchise is, but I don't think they're really talking about it in a way that it's meant to be talked about, and all these really fake thumbnails that are being uploaded. I love photoshopping Kylie Contrell and Ruby Rose Turner and Mila Baker. I love photoshopping them the right way. And what I mean by photoshopping them the right way is I could sit in front of my computer all day and photoshop these girls for Descendants 5 thumbnails or Worlds Collide Tour thumbnails, because I think that the best of their looks and the best of their personalities need to be exemplified. Not these fake thumbnails where you see dragons swooping down into the sky, or them having a baby together. I mean, this is ridiculous, and it really upsets me when people can't even create a great thumbnail for you guys. I was a real nerd in high school, so I went to high school after chasing after the bus like Spider-Man every morning until some cute girl would stand up and tell the bus driver to stop the bus because this guy is chasing after the bus. And then I would, during my recess and lunch breaks, I would go to the computer lab and I would study the art of photoshopping something. And it could be I don't know, a GIF of Tigger or Winnie the Pooh that I would create. I also loved photoshopping your favorite Disney princesses, and I had the biggest crush on Miley Cyrus years ago. But I really loved creating great images and creating great videos for each and every one. And all I ever wanted was for my voice to be heard. This is an experience that I will never ever forget because, as I said, I never had a lot of girls watch my videos ever before in my life. I was in a lot of relationships that never really made sense to me. I don't think that I was ever with a girl that ever watched one of my videos on YouTube or ever subscribed to my YouTube channel because they loved me and they saw me every day. I would go out on dates and I would check my phone while a girl was trying to talk to me, and I would never pay attention to them because I had a huge crush on creating videos for you guys. And I would check my phone and I would see how many people sent me a notification with a comment in it or a subscriber, because I knew you guys loved me more than perhaps anybody else in my whole life. It's not that I didn't pay any attention to a girl who was trying to talk to me. It was just they were talking about all the stuff about what they did that I never really took a whole lot of interest in. You know, they never ever... The thing was, every conversation that I was ever in with a girl over the phone or during a date, it was always about them. It was never about what I loved or what I liked, because most of my life I was a huge fan of cartoon characters like Bluey. So my heart really settled with Meg Donnelly after Meg Donnelly said that she loved Bluey so much, because I love Bluey too, because of the message of Bluey. Bluey was a beautiful show that encouraged us that no matter how sad we were, we could always be happy. I know that I will never ever fall in love with a niche that is incredibly supportive as this. I've talked about a lot of stuff on the radio that never ever made sense. I always had a radio voice. So I was always either an announcer for voiceovers. So what I started doing years ago was internet websites would pick me up to do voiceovers, like for professional wrestling and UFC and MMA. So eventually what happened is the professional wrestling industry heard my voice and gave me an opportunity to be an announcer and a interviewer. I became a journalist when how old was I when I first started commentating? For 13 years old. And that's not very old to be discovered at. And I mean, you're just figuring out your life at 13 years old. And, you know, a lot of stuff got in the way, a lot of discussion about politics, and I just became really depressed because I was just sitting in front of a microphone every morning talking about something that I thought a lot of people never really took a whole lot of interest in. And then 15 years after my career had exploded in popularity, a lot of girls started showing up at my door on Halloween. It was always like, Happy Halloween, and then they would be dressed up as their favorite Descendant stars, and I thought it was really cool. You know, I'd ask them who they were dressed up as, and if it wasn't somebody they were dressed up as their favorite Fortnite character, they would tell me that they were dressed up as Mal because they thought she was pretty. That's all I ever heard, was that they thought she was pretty, they thought she was the most magnificent character that Disney had ever created. And then, you know, months and years would go by, someone else would knock on my door. Hi, I'm Bridget. And I didn't know who they were, and what you guys did was you sent me behind a computer every night on Halloween, and I would literally look up, you know, fun facts about who Bridget was, and what she loved and what she didn't love. And then I found out she was Ruby Rose Turner, and I thought about how I used to watch Ruby ever since I was like in my early 20s. I found out about who Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner were, and I remember their parents being so proud of who they were and everything they had accomplished. I remember how Ruby's father, Andrew, lived in England all of his life, and he was so proud of his daughter. And I just became so appreciative of these characters, and I knew they had great futures ahead for them. And then when I started watching it with a lot of girls that had daughters that loved the Descendants, that were really infatuated with it, I think ultimately what led to the disastrous relationships coming to an end that I had was that I would go visit them, and I was supposed to be hanging out with them, and then I would eventually spend more of my night watching Descendants and Zombies with the girl's daughter more than I would them, because I loved it so much. We would cuddle, we would watch the movie, and then the girl would end up getting really pissed off at me because I was watching Descendants. And I loved songs like Chillin' Like a Villain and Life is Sweeter When You Are because of just how powerful of a message it was. And yeah, wow. Thank you, girls, so much for allowing me to have been the voice of Descendants and Zombies for what feels like forever. My heart goes out to each and every one of you who have been hurt by these videos that really haven't been telling you what you wanted to have it told to you, because I know a lot of podcast hosts that have criticized me have been telling you that there is no need to make another chapter or write another chapter of Descendants. Yes, there is. Yes, there is. And there will always be a time where Kylie Cantrell and Mila Baker and Ruby Rose Turner will feel the desire to shine. I want them to shine. I don't want them to be criticized, and I don't want them to cry on videos to each and every one of you, because a lot of you sometimes don't understand what kind of emotion they are feeling and what they're going through. While we have a lot of people who are smart out there who understand why they are crying, there are a lot of people out there that really can't make sense of it. They are crying because of all the criticism they are receiving, and I just wanted to put a stop to that, because I was always a huge fan of Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner. Every single time I watched them, I would always end up saying, wow. I would be left at a loss for words. I would be literally speechless. This franchise is blowing my mind. I say this because I know for a fact I wouldn't be here if not for each and every one of you and the 40,000 views you have put up on this YouTube channel. I know there are a lot of people who are creating rumors and who love to create rumors about Kylie and Malia's friendship. The thing about Kylie and Malia is they are very close. And I love that about them. And if I was Kylie Cantrell's boyfriend, let me just say this. If I was Kylie or Ruby's or Malia's boyfriend, I would definitely encourage that. I would not want to see them turn away from each other at all. I would be incredibly supportive of their friendship, and I would honestly promote their friendship. I would always promote them to go hang out with each other. I would always want to give them their space, because I think a girl in her space is very important. I think a mutual understanding about a girl and how she feels about her girlfriends is very important for a relationship. And I think that's how you get to know a girl better, through the kind of music she listens to, the kind of personality she has, the kind of friends she has and hangs out with. And I also really appreciated a friendship between a girl and her mom, which is something that Kylie Cantrell has very, very proudly put on display, and Mila's also put on display, and Ruby. She's got a beautiful friend. They've got beautiful friendships with their mom, because it really is an indication of how a girl will treat their guy in a relationship. I gotta shut up now. But yeah, I am I am really supportive of Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner from the very first song that I ever heard Ruby sing years ago. It was called Ruby Rock, and I think they had like an ice cream truck in the video or something. I could be wrong, but I remember seeing that video, and I thought Ruby was just so genuinely kind. And that's why I've always said that, you can bring in Liamani Segura as many times as you want, but I don't think that they're going to do as great of a job portraying the characters like Ruby did, because Ruby just brought the character to life, and she just made you believe and convinced you that there were just genuinely kind people in this world. And I want you to rest assured that there are genuinely kind people who exist in this world. I am one of them, and I am perhaps one of the only genuine guys we have left in this world. I say this because, how many guys out there go out of their way to genuinely tell you that there will be a Descendants or Zombies? How many boyfriends have you been with that actually are interested in Descendants or Zombies? Be honest. Or how many guys do you see on YouTube that will go out of their way to create great videos for you because he loves the Descendants and Zombies franchise as much as each and every one of you. I have no idea where Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner are out in the world today, but I want them to know that everything is going to be okay, and it is okay to Google themselves, and it is okay to YouTube themselves now, because there is a great guy out there that actually believes in their future being profitable. And I does believe that they will be huge success stories that will be told for forever. I think that Descendants of Zombies is a franchise that has left a profound impact on all of our hearts and will forever and always hold a special place in our hearts. While I can't speak for any girl that I may have been in a relationship with and how she feels about Descendants of Zombies, when I felt like I had nobody, I knew I had each and every one of you. I went to high school and I had a few really good friends, and that's all I ever needed. I never needed to be the most popular guy. I ultimately became more popular on YouTube than I ever was in real life. Because, of course, on YouTube you can be somebody that you're not sometimes. It's really an escape. But with me, what you see is what you get. And I've been very fortunate in my career, and I'm just forever grateful that each and every one of you have allowed me to fall in love with your niche, and you've been embracing me with hugs and kindness ever since, man. 40,000 views, 3,000 subscribers. Wow. I loved how you guys had the time of your life at the Worlds Collide Tour. I was hoping that you were going to have the time of your life at the Worlds Collide Tour, and I've been reading a lot of great reviews about this tour and how so many people have just really fallen in love with it, and I hope we see another tour. I would love to be the writer and producer. I just want to put that out there too. I want to be the writer and producer of Descendants of Zombies, even if I don't have the opportunity to purchase the franchise for $22.5 million. Because money has never been an issue for me. I would gladly purchase the franchise. I would gladly run for president of the United States to give Kylie Cantrell a president that she could finally be proud of. Because I think that when you see your favorite celebrity crying and you can't, I think one of the most hurtful things is that when you see someone like Kylie Cantrell crying when she doesn't need to be crying, and you know that you can't do anything about it because you're pretty much powerless because you don't have enough support and you don't have enough subscribers to run for president. I think that really hurts. But yeah, I just want people like Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner to know that they have had a profound impact on people's lives and have made them stronger, because we have more girls now signing up for the volleyball team. We have more girls signing up for the cheerleading squad. We have more girls encouraged to paint, to draw. Beautiful, beautiful. I have a girl who watches this show, who I'm very good friends with, who loves to paint all the time and loves to draw. And I've always wanted her to know that I'm incredibly supportive of her, and I love her dearly for how much she can paint, how much she can draw. I've always encouraged that. I've always encouraged her to have the most beautiful friendships, exist for forever with her friends. I've never ever wanted to take that away from her, and wherever she is in the world tonight, I want her to know that I love her so much. And I like to believe that I've encouraged a lot of people to believe in their talents and to really put it on display, because I think that's what Descendants and Zombies really has done. Let me just put it out there that if I do become the writer and producer of Descendants and Zombies and I'm in a board meeting, I will make sure that every dream that you guys have ever wanted to have does become a reality. And what I mean by that is, if you guys want to see Chloe and Red hit it off, you will see Chloe and Red hit it off. If you want to see them get specific love interests, you will see them get specific love interests. You will see characters that you never thought possible see their introduction into the Descendants franchise. Because I think a lot of critics out there just love to find the negative and create a negative vibe from Descendants, and I've never ever wanted to create a negative vibe from Descendants. I know I say a lot of crazy things about how I want to ride a noble steed and I want to be in a relationship with Kylie Cantrell, because I think that, I don't know, there's just something about my voice having been tied into the Descendants franchise that just, I don't know, makes a whole lot of sense. And I've always loved creating videos for you guys. I've just loved doing. I've been one of the most known. I'm one of the most known YouTube creators in the world, and I know it's really different when you see a guy talking about Descendants and Zombies and being so proud to have been a Descendants and Zombies fan for as long as he's been. But I really do love being supportive of it, and I do love encouraging the idea and instilling in your minds that there will be a Descendants 5, and there will be a Descendants 6, and there will be a Zombies 5 and Zombies 6, because I think that looking at it from the point of view of just having zombies, werewolves by Zombies 2, aliens by Zombies 3, and now vampires by Zombies 4 is one way of looking at it. Because there are so many supernatural... I mean, how does somebody get away with saying that Zombies 4 is enough now? They passed the torch. I mean, Malachi Burton and Freya Skye have beautiful futures with the Zombies franchise, and I'm really excited. I don't know about you guys, but I'm really excited about the future, and I'm really excited to see what was in that vortex, because inside that vortex, there could have been anything. There could have been mermaids, there could have been pirates, there could have been goblins, there could have been trolls, there could have been witches. And I would go for mermaids because I think mermaids are really gentle creatures who still who still have to see their entry into the Zombies franchise. And Milo Manheim, a few years ago, in an interview that many of you probably have never seen, actually teased the possibility of mermaids happening for the Zombies franchise. Actually, a couple of days ago, my friend from New York actually posed the question to me if I wanted to attend a mermaid excursion and attempt to watch mermaids jump out of the water. If I ever had the opportunity to attend a mermaid excursion and be a part of one, I think I would take myself up on the opportunity hands down, because I think mermaids are beautiful and very innocent creatures. I also think that witches are very gentle and very innocent creatures. I don't know why, for the life of me, mermaids are always looked at and witches are always looked at and perceived for being really crazy creatures. And I know my house is haunted, doors slam all the time in this. I don't know. I'm seriously thinking about calling an exorcist, but they always told me this house was haunted when I first moved into it. I don't know if I've ever believed them or not, but yeah. I think that... let me just put it out there like this. I think these franchises are going to last for forever. What I mean by forever, I don't know if we got 10 years or we got 15 years left with Descendants or Zombies, but I really do think that these two franchises are going to last for forever, because there's just something so amazing about how incredibly supportive you guys are. The one thing that a podcast host needs to know when you're talking about Descendants or Zombies is you are attracting a niche that is going to love you for forever. And in case you didn't hear me the first time, you're attracting a niche that is going to love you for forever. They don't care what you look like. They don't care how much you've been hurt, because they will repair your heart. They will put the pieces of your broken heart back together, even if they know you're hurt the slightest. And you guys got to believe me, I've been hurt a lot. My heart's been smashed. Like, I've had, like when you're in a relationship, like somebody takes a sledgehammer and they swing full force. I've really had my heart smashed into a million pieces. You guys have become some of my best friends. And because you are some of my best friends, I will do the best I can to create these great Descendants and Zombies videos for you. I will forever support Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner. I mean, I would get into a steel cage match with Justin Bieber if I knew Justin Bieber didn't feel the same way about Ruby that Ruby felt about him when she was 10 years old. Because when she was 10, she had the biggest crush on Justin Bieber. So if I think that Justin Bieber is talking shit about Ruby, then I'm going to vertical suplex Justin Bieber in a steel cage match. If I even think that Kylie Cantrell is feeling threatened by some guy who she loved and prioritized over her own life, I will vertical suplex his ass. Because I know how much each and every one of you have loved this franchise for forever. And I think that what you have deserved for far long enough now is to hear great reviews about your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars. And you will forever and always hear that from me. You know I get really emotional when I create these videos, because I really do love Ruby. I think Ruby is the most genuinely kind person ever, and I'm going to miss Ruby having been a part of Descendants. I really am, because I think that even though her time with the franchise was very short-lived, Ruby attracted millions of people. And when I saw like she only had 400,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers or something on social media sites like Facebook and X, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I took my glasses off like this, and I took the glasses like this because I'm really old, and I looked at it and I said, Ruby deserves more credit than what she's been getting. And then I see all these videos with these fake thumbnails on YouTube, and oh man. What I want you girls to do is I want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because we can never show enough love and support for people like Ruby and Kylie, whose friendship I can never seem to get enough of. If you could take a moment to hit my subscribe button, I would forever love you guys. Really. I just want you to be a part of this incredible journey that you girls have got me on. I've been riding a noble steed through the forests of Oradon, and I've attended Oradon Prep for what feels like forever, really a lifetime now. All I've ever wanted to do is ensure that the legacies of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars live eternally and forever and always within your hearts. That's all I've ever wanted to do, and I like to believe that I have done that some way or somehow. I like to believe that I have secured the futures of your favorite Descendants and Zombie stars who have received their fair share of criticism for far long enough now. Both Descendants and Zombies have received their fair share of criticism. One is no better than the other, because they have received a fair share amount of criticism that I've just kind of wanted to alleviate and take off of your shoulders. I want you to know this YouTube channel will forever and always be here for each and every one of you, because I know the popularity of this show has exploded, and I know the popularity of these franchises is absolutely unparalleled to anything that I've ever experienced in my life. I will forever and always at least upload one video per day for you guys if you would be so kind to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And this will be the one YouTube channel that fulfills that promise of creating great Descendants and Zombies videos for each and every one of you, because you have deserved that for far long enough now. And I've just wanted to be that guy to do that, create that for you, because life is just sweeter when all of us are. And I think we could all make a more consistent effort to spread a more message of kindness, a more powerful message of kindness, and a lot of people do tend to spread, because I've never heard the words I love you enough, and I just think there's never enough kindness seen in this world, and the words I love you are never said enough. So I think we could all make a profound difference and a profound impact on somebody's heart by just saying that we love them, either the guy that we sit in front of every day on the school bus or sit in front of every day in school. I think more kindness could make a profound impact and leave a forever imprint on all of our hearts. Maybe I just say that because I'm a real sweet guy and probably the sweetest guy who's ever lived. I really don't know. But life is definitely sweeter when all of us are. Having said that, I will be back later on this evening before the sun sets with another great video for you guys. I just wanted to take a moment out of my busy day to say thank you to each and every one of you and to let you know that I haven't forgotten about you. I am thinking about you, whatever you're going through. Everything is going to be okay, all right? Everything is going to be okay. Just know that. And we will get to a point where we will see Descendants 5 Wicked Wonderland sometime between now and 2026. And the release window for Zombies 5 is suggesting we will see this between now and sometime between now and 2027. So we've just got to stay calm and zombie on for a little while longer. And if you girls would do me the honor of allowing me to be the voice of Descendants and Zombies for just a little while longer, I would greatly appreciate that. Because you guys have made me more famous than any of my other friends who blow shit up on their Science Project YouTube channels than any friend that I've ever had, or any girl that I know who sings and falls in love with these Bangladesh singers on YouTube that don't even sing songs in English, and they have to resort to pushing the English translation button, which makes them a real loser. But you guys, I will forever and always be a loser, because all I ever do is play video games. I'd probably just be streaming some video game if I wasn't recording a Descendants or Zombies video for each and every one of you. Just know I love you all so much, from my heart to yours. Things will get better, and I will forever and always love you guys, because we are sweeter. Life is sweeter when all of us are. Just remember that. I love you guys so much. I will be back later on this evening with another great video. If you have not subscribed, be sure to do that. And we'll get this done. We'll make magic happen sometime between now and later on this evening. Forever and always be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. We will do this again in just a few hours from now.